Hey, hi, hello. You just saw me write my very first words of 2023. That feels good. That feels really good. I only wrote about 50 words, but I don't care. This week is not going to be a high word count week. It is going to be a drafting and revision week, I think. Let me back up a little bit and welcome you to a video. Welcome you to 2023. I hope you had a wonderful vacation. I took 2 full weeks off of basically my life. I took 2 weeks off of writing, off of YouTube, off of work, and it felt amazing for about the first week. There was a little bit of an adjustment period because I just really didn't know what to do with myself. I watched The Empress on Netflix. I watched a lot of movies. I read. And then, unfortunately, I actually came down with COVID over the holidays. And as much as it sucked to be sick over Christmas, I think it really forced me to rest in a way that I just wasn't. And I basically spent a few days sleeping in a fever, and I feel so much better now. I feel a lot better now. I'm officially on the mend. Today is January 1st, and I am ready to put 2022 behind me. I am so excited for 2023. I think it's gonna be a really big year. This was my first day writing in the 2 weeks that I took off, and it was a little awkward, but I did mainly just reread my prologue and fix it up, and I think that's what this week is really gonna be. One of my resolutions this year is to finish a draft, and I have a very good feeling about that. I think I can do it, and I think I can do it probably by the summer. I'm gonna really take my time with this draft, but I do think it is a reasonable deadline for me to have a draft finished by the end of this year. I really love the story that I'm working on right now. I'm continuing on with the story from my previous video that is all about dragons and warfare. Even today, sitting down, I really enjoyed what I've written so far. Wherever you are, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here. It is so wonderful to start a new year this way. I cannot wait for 2023. It's gonna be fantastic. I hope you are cozy. If not, get cozy. The part of the day where I pretend like I actually care about what I look like every single day. I probably should
care more, but I just can't be bothered. I just finished writing and I am working from home today. So normally I start getting ready around like 7:30, but since I'm working from home, it's actually 8 o'clock because I don't have to start work until 9. So it's just after 8. So we're gonna take like a quick 10 minutes and just put some skincare on, maybe put a little mascara on, and then get dressed, and that is all I'm gonna do. I really hate the feeling of makeup on my face, but I love skincare. So leading up to my wedding, I bought a bunch of like really pricey stuff that normally I wouldn't buy. So I have a bunch of stuff. Normally I just like stick with a few key items that maybe are a little bit more expensive, but again, I don't really wear makeup, so I don't really feel bad spending money on skincare. Oh, I tell you, this COVID recovery is like, it is a roller coaster. I felt terrible yesterday. I was so exhausted, and I feel a lot better today, but I just like have this cough that just won't go away. From everything I've heard, though, that's like pretty normal. So I'm hoping that like in a couple weeks I'm like 100%. But I'm very tired and I can't believe it's the first day back from my vacation already. I feel like I just didn't even have a vacation. Shouldn't complain though. I was very lucky to have the amount of time off that I had. So I'm gonna stop complaining now. Writing this morning went okay. It's going okay. It's only the third day of writing and after a long break, and I am still really loving my story, but it is just obviously difficult to get back into the groove of things. I honestly didn't check my word count today, but I guarantee you I'm writing under 100 words because what I'm actually doing is just reviewing the scenes that I've already written. The one thing about this draft that I really want is I want it to be really tight. I want it to be as tight as can be in terms of the plot, and I basically just want to write a first draft that is as low of a word count that I can get. So I'm hoping that I can get around like 80,000 words done on a first draft. But as it is right now, I think I've written like 7 scenes maybe. And I've only just thought about the turning point for my main character, the first turning point for my main character that will really kick off the beginning of the story, because I like books that kind of wade you into the plot. I don't love a book that starts with plot right away. I like to kind of get to know the characters and the worlds a little bit, and that's exactly how I write. When I want to write a tight draft, obviously I need to get going with the plot a lot sooner. So anyway, this is a long-winded way of saying that I think I'm probably going to go back and try to even tighten it more, but I might not. I might actually just carry on. I haven't decided yet. As you can see, that's something that I'm currently working through, where I don't know if I want to go back and fix things or if I just want to keep going with the story, because I don't actually know what's going to happen in this book. I know parts of it, I know elements that I want, but I have no idea what's going to happen. I did write a prologue that I definitely am going to write to. I just don't know. I don't know if it's the end. I don't know if it's midway through. No idea. Anywho, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I have a feeling I'm going to just keep going on because I keep getting new ideas for the next scenes. And it really feels like the story is unraveling in my mind in a really strong way. And so I don't want to break that momentum. But that being said, I did not write anything. And I don't know if I'm going to write anything this week, really. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. This is a week of not putting a lot of pressure on myself. However, I will still do my morning hour and potentially my lunchtime hour every single day to work in the story a little bit. So even if I'm not like actually laying down words, it's still just like that muscle. It's kind of like for me when I go back to the gym after such a long time off. I'm not gonna go and like lift my heaviest weight. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like do some body weight exercises and like build back up again. I always equate writing to working out because I feel like it really is like the best metaphor to really understand why consistency is better than anything else and why consistency equals progress. I don't know if any of that made sense. Look, it's really early. We're trying our best. think I was saying earlier that my goal, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to finish a draft, and I think I'm in a good place with this story. It feels right. It feels not easy, but it feels like the story that I need to write right now. This is going to sound weird, but I just can't wait to be done with the first draft, because when you're done with your first draft, you can then fix things, and you then have something that you can work with and something that you can build out from. I'm working on another story that I haven't worked on in a while. I actually abandoned it to write this dragon story, and it's so interesting to me when I sit down to write this dragon story versus that other story, which is like a paranormal story. I like the scenes that I'm writing in the dragon story more, even though they're not polished at all. And like I go back and I'm like, wow, that was such a random typo. I can't believe I wrote that. And I feel like that's a really good sign. So I'm feeling good about it. So because I am working from home, it is actually just 8:20. I just checked. And so I think I'm going to put on some clothes and maybe sit and try to get through another scene. All I'm doing is just reading the scene and then like fixing it up, but really just getting like a feel for this story again. So I think that's precisely what I'm gonna do. Oh, hey, hi, hello. I had to change my shirt because it's white and I was drinking coffee and it just felt really dangerous, but I am here. I sat down at my lunch hour today and I managed to write my very first scene of 2023. I'm so jazzed. I will say that it took like 3 days of sitting down for an hour at a time and forcing myself to reread chunks of my story to get to this point. But I'm really, really excited. The first scene, the first official words, the first session of 2023 is in the books, and it feels great. It was basically just a rewrite of a scene that I had previously written. I feel like that's going to be a lot of the beginning right now. Is I'm going to be writing scenes and then going back and rewriting them, because I just, like I keep saying, I just want to get this as tight as possible and really nail the first draft. Not in a way that I'm like, oh, this is going to be a perfect book. I just literally want it to be like plot point, plot point, plot point with like a little bit of color, but like not a whole lot. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I guess I'm just trying to say that I'm not going to be too upset if I have to rewrite scenes in order to make them feel correct, because that's how I got through the folk and it worked for me. And I just feel like I've always been a writer that I need to write a lot in order to say a little, which basically means editing is my best friend. Always has been, always will be. So I'm feeling so good though. I guess I'll just keep going with this video and we'll see where we will end up. I am gonna get back to work now though. Very jazzed. Oh, I really, really like writing about dragons. Hello, hi. Coming to you just before 9, I think it's like 8:40 on Wednesday. And I just wanted to hop on here and say that I did not write this morning, as you may or may not have picked up. I'm still dealing with post-COVID exhaustion, I guess is what I'll call it. I am just so wiped out at random points of the day. It just hits me and I feel frustrated with it. Yeah, I feel frustrated with it. I feel like there's no direct cause, you know, like if I do X activity, sometimes I'm fine, other times I'm exhausted, and sometimes like today it's just like waking up and I'm just beat. So I did not write this morning because obviously I was too tired to. I wanted to come on here and say that, and I wanted to extend this vlog to show that, because I feel like there's a lot of like energy this time of year to like hop into your goals and like get them done, and I feel like people really come out this week with an intensity that like not everyone feels, and I'm certainly not feeling it right now. I really love but also hate the new year for that reason. I think that there is a lot of pressure to be super productive and like I don't know, get a head start on all of your goals. But we're human beings and we go through cycles, and sometimes you're at a low point, and that's fine. The new year won't impact the rest of your year. If you're starting off a little slow, that's to be expected, because we also just came off of a holiday. Like it's fine. And I'm feeling fine about it. I'm not upset in any way. I'm feeling totally fine, actually. I'm not upset about it at all, but I did want to show it because I obviously don't want to portray this week as anything but what it actually is with writing, which is just an up and down roller coaster. I'm still so jazzed that I got 900 or 800. Actually, it was like 889 words, so it was almost 900 words yesterday. And I am going to write on my lunch hour, so we'll see. We'll see how many words I can get down today, but it's just like a no pressure week for me. It's a no pressure life when it comes to writing, actually. But yeah, I'm just very, very tired, and I really just hope this goes away soon. I have been taking a lot of vitamins, drinking a lot of fluids, and just resting when my body kind of gives out. I feel like my goal today, I only have an hour, but my goal today is to like read through and potentially start or write another scene, because I have another scene idea. And again, like more ideas on this work just keep coming to me. Like last night I was laying in bed and I had an idea about the turning point at the very beginning of the book, you know, the kind of the action that sets off the rest of the story. And it just came out of nowhere. Like I have no idea. This is, I guess it's kind of uncomfortable for someone who's such a plotter to just like go with it. But that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. So onward, let's get the day started. I'm going to put on actual clothes. I'm hoping maybe that will help trick my mind a little bit so I can be a little bit more energetic at work. Before I got sick, we went thrifting, and I bought a bunch of jeans, and there are these like cute jeans with these little bows on the back that I love, and I'm gonna put those on today because they make me happy. I don't think you can see them. I'm gonna grab you. It's really hard. Look at them. They're so cute. The first thing I do before I sit down to write is I always check my personal email, because I always email myself scene ideas. So I have a couple scene ideas that I just emailed myself last night because obviously I don't want to always open up my computer and write them down. So that is exactly what I'm doing right now, is I'm taking my email and I'm just kind of making them into scenes, and I just add a scene in Scrivener, which is the program that I use, and then I add the description to the scene and go from there. Right now I have 9 scenes, but they're not in chronological order. I don't even know if they like follow each other or what have you. But I just added one more, so we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna get down to writing. It's currently just after 11. I'm going to take a bit of an early lunch so I could have a cappuccino. I'm on a no spend January, which basically just means nothing frivolous, like coffees, books, clothes, basically just groceries and utilities, things that you need. And I mean, it's only the 4th day, but it's going quite well. So I decided to make myself a cappuccino. For the first time in a really long time, I pulled out my cappuccino maker. So it's exactly what I need to fuel this next hour of writing. So I'm gonna set a timer, and then I'm going to get back to my regular job, and I'll probably update you tonight on where I get to.
It is so windy, rainy outside right now. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but it's so crazy. It's really blowing. It's very cozy. Hello. Hopping back on here to give you another update on my writing today, and very, very happy to report that I have written the first 1,500 words of 2023. Over 1,500 words. And it feels good. I wrote about 694 words today. I started a scene, got to about the middle of it, and just stopped. Ran out of steam, got back to my regular job, didn't spend the full hour writing. Just knew that I could have probably kept going, but I don't know. As you can tell by this vlog, my energy is just so weird this week, and I didn't want to push myself, and I felt myself coming up against a wall, and I knew I still had to return to work and do an afternoon of work. So I stopped, and that's fine. I'm not upset about it because still got an amazing word count in. And I just wrote myself a little note for the rest of the scene and what I want the scene to be. I'm introducing a character in this scene, and it has to be, you basically have to fall in love with him. And, that's always really difficult to nail on the first draft. And so it doesn't really matter. I'll probably end up rewriting this scene a bunch of times to really get the character right. But anyway, that being said, the first 1,500 words have been written, and I'm excited for this year. I think my goal is to average about 500 words a day, and if I do that, then it will get me to the end of a first draft around the summertime. As you know, I never push myself. I just take the day as it is, and I always say writing is supposed to be fun for me, and so maybe I won't get that done. I do want to take my time with the story. I also keep saying that, so we will see. But I gotta tell you, I do have to apologize for the weird energy of this vlog because I just feel exhausted. I don't know. I do feel like I need to say that I am fully vaccinated and boosted, and I'm very grateful to have gotten vaccinated and boosted. because I can't imagine what it would feel like without that. But it's just a lesson in patience. Isn't that the key? I am now going to do some yoga and spend the rest of the night reading. I have been going to bed at the same time every single day. It's just waking up. Waking up is just very, very difficult right now, and it's usually not that difficult for me, but it just is, and I guess that's a sign that I just need to keep resting, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Wherever you are, thank you so much for watching. I have no idea what this vlog is going to be, but I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are staying creative. I hope you are healthy wherever you are. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, and I'm really excited for 2023. I think it's going to be a really good year, and I hope you're feeling the same. But if not, if you're just exhausted like I am, or you're struggling with something, that's fine too. We can just struggle together. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm excited that I got down that many words. I wasn't expecting that. The first 2 days that I sat down to write, it was under 100 words each, and I didn't stress about it. So this book is really surprising me. I'm really curious to see what it's going to turn into.